Harsh, how's it going, man? You're washed, you bitch. God, so mean. Hi, how's it going, Harsh? How you doing? Pretty good? I'm pretty good too. I'm pretty good too. I'm starting to feel like my sickness is basically all gone, which is huge. That's not a word. The Niles. River, yes. Minor. Bug, how's it going, man? Nix. Ah, okay. So maybe like NI. Nice. Nice. Alright, got it. Kami, how's it going, man? How you doing? Herb. What have you guys been doing all day? I've literally just been watching Fearin' all day. March drum. Join when you can. Start reading back at the end of 650, please. So read the end of 650. I died of heat. That's pretty much it. Right? Not. How's it going, man? How you doing? Oh. Last two paragraphs of 650. Okay, sounds good. Rally. Did chat on stream die or just me? Oh, what the fuck? You are right. That's so weird. I'm watching at 144. Shed. Stable. Picket fence. Co-op. Itsy. Did see spider. Went up the water spout. Okay, a snake hisses. Okay. A rattlesnake? Snake hiss? Strike. Fuck. Stable co-op pen picket. Oh, stable pen coop shed. Nice, Harsh. Very, very cool. You almost had it. Itsy his drum. Fuck. Shit. Alright, give me 1 sec. I'm gonna be really fucking annoying. The Formula 1 race is on right now, so I'm just gonna like put that on the side. I'm not gonna watch it like incessantly, but I just want to have it on. I was supposed to go out with some friends to watch it, and then like 3 of them were like, actually it's like raining and I don't want to leave the house, and it fucking cringe, Lord. So we're like, fuck it, we'll watch the next one together, you fucking losers. Jesus Christ, fuck you guys. God, they suck. Yeah, I'm raining, I'm a little water. Fucking, ugh. Strike, March, Rally, X. Strike, March, Rally, Picket. Nice, nice, bug, nice. Pint of ice cream next to me. Fuck Summer. Excuse me? Ice cream's awesome. Fucking bitch, how dare you? I love ice cream. I don't know, I'm taking a guess. Fuck 'em. Fuck. What the fuck is it, Canadian Grand Prix? Sir, I have no idea, bro. I'm literally watching it here. I know. The weather's so shit apparently, I'm guessing, because they, like, everyone's slipping as they're coming to the start and then didn't go off. Oh, I just turned it on right now, so I didn't know that. What the fuck? Oh, let's go, and we're off. And okay, so it's is it Piastri first? Who is it? Is it Piastri, the 2 Norris, the 2 McLarens, and then Piastri, and then Charles and Piastri. McLaren messed with the wrong tires. Furniture necessarily necessary. What? How is necessarily and necessary not obvious? Need? What the fuck are we talking about? Dude, I'm just so despondent because of all that's happening with Max. This motherfucker cannot catch a break, bro. Even in the fucking GT3 race, like, come on. Technically, that could work. I was thinking like automatically. Technically. Automatically. Max Verstappen's name replacement? What? Obvious. Technically, technicality. Rare. We're playing chess. Fuck this game. This game's a piece of shit. I don't know whoever told me to play this. This shit is cringe. I don't know why I play this. Aren't you early today? Technically hope I'm really late for a day stream. Technically, there wasn't supposed to be a stream today. There was supposed to be a stream yesterday, no stream today, because I was going out with some friends. Because yesterday I had a really, really bad migraine. Like, I couldn't get out of bed. I was just in bed all day, just taking Tylenols, and I was like, well, better than 2 a.m. What time is it for you right now? 11? Oh, that's not horrible. So I was supposed to go out right now. I was supposed to be out right now because the Grand Prix starts right now. But, oh, Max is 4th. Hold on, we're cooking. We're cooking. Hold on. Antonelli's taking the lead. Yeah, no, I feel much better. Like, my head is still hurting, but, like, I woke up this morning, had some coffee. As soon as I had coffee, I took, like, 2 Advil or Tylenols. So, like, I know my head's hurting, but I can't feel it. It's hard to explain. Like, I know it hurts because it... I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. My head's hurting, but I can't feel it, so it's fine. Oh, sorry. Here. Oh, can't go here, can't go here. Oh, that's sick. Maxi, get Hamilton. Wait, Hamilton's 3rd? Listen, he's had a rough go. The man deserves it. The man deserves it. But you know who deserves it more? My go. Take it from him, Max. Fuck him. Take the podium. Discard. Who do I discard? Can anyone see my messages? No, Kami, I can see that. I can see you. I think everyone can see you. I think. Yeah, you're in top chat too. You're fun. I lost internet for a bit. Ah, I see. Do. Some of you may ask, why do I do this so quickly? Like I'm fucking Hikaru Nakamura. I don't know. Wouldn't it just be better to do it slowly and take your time and get the right answers? Probably. I don't know. Bro is not big Hikaru. Hey, listen. A man can dream. Okay, a man can dream. No. I'm just gonna try to say he's Big Mag. Hold on. I would never say I'm Big Magnus. Okay, he's not a big guy. He's actually pretty average sized, I'll have you know. Did you say what the fuck is Hikaru the gay demon? What the fuck is that? Here. That makes sense. Here. Oh no! Why'd it go here? Summer Hikaru died? Who's that? Hikaru died? When? What? I just saw a clip of him like a couple weeks ago. What? No way. An anime? What? I don't... Anime Summer Hikaru died. There's a guy called Hikaru that's replaced by a demon and gets freaky with the original Hikaru. Whoa! You guys know a lot about animes where they're having a lot of gay sex. Nothing wrong with that. I'm just asking. Alright? If that's what you are into, I mean, you do you. I'm not judging, but you guys are really into that? Alright. Which chapter are you going to? Harsh, I gotta figure out what, honestly, I got time today. I'm not really in a rush, so, plus I'm feeling pretty good, so, and we skipped yesterday, so there's a lot of stuff. So, like, if you guys are up for it, and there's, like, a decent ending place, like, maybe near 660 or something, we can go there. We can go for a bit today. We can go for a bit if y'all are chilling. I'm chilling. Okay. Before he could delve deeper, Hisoka asked vehemently and frenzied, "Why didn't you seek the Tarot Club's assistance this time?" Lumion arched his eyebrows and inquired with confusion, "Why does it matter to you? Even without the Tarot Club's aid, I could have successfully dealt with you." Bro, that's a fucking long title. Jesus Christ. Okay. 60 or 70? Did you time him out for saying 6-7? Kami, that seems kind of like an abuse of power, man. Come on. In the beige 4-story building, Camus had managed to break free from the poker card's influence. He discovered So sprawled in a pool of blood, brutally torn apart by 2 zombie-like undead creatures. In the neighboring rooms, another patrol team member under Chupi's control put up a stubborn resistance. His comrades had already fallen victim to the relentless assault. Did you see the Crunchyroll Anime Award? Who the fuck watches those? Camus, catching his breath, hadn't anticipated stumbling upon an assassination plot with the patrol team, putting his own life at risk. His gaze fixed on the Deputy Captain Ryaza, a middle-aged man in a sleek black suit, controlling the undead. Confused, Camus asked, how did So end up joining the Rose School of Thought, and why are there so many members under their control? Despite Camus's resistance towards the poker card, Jenna's earlier shout lingered in his mind. Ryaza surveyed this scene of blood and undead and responded, "It is likely Tupi's doing." Tupi? Was Tupi truly responsible for the serial murder 4 years ago? Could he be a devil in disguise? Oh, let's go! Verstappen's in 3rd place! Let's go! I'm sorry, the fucking pets. That's not okay. Frowning, Camus grumbled. Keeping a zombie on the team was already a significant risk. Just because he can show restraint doesn't clear him from suspicion of being a Rose School of Thought member. He might indulge at specific times. Rialzo spoke. We'd confirmed he'd defected from the Rose School of Thought. He believes in the Fool. The Fool? The Temperance faction? Camus asked in reply. Dude, it's so cool to see how just like at this point you can say like I am a believer in the Fool, and that's just like believers of the 7 Orthodox deities would be like, respect it. All you make a few. That's so cool. But of course he believed in the Celestial Worthy, which they thought was basically the Fool, but is not. In the dream's interrogation room, housed with the ancient and crumbling palace in the nation of Evernight, Hisoka could not contain his amusement. If you had sought the Tarot Club's assistance, I could have killed you. Hisoka's laughter reverberated and his black shadow danced on the wall. Lumin caught a whiff of a conspiracy and asked, "Why do you think so?" "If you involve the Tarot Club, they'll seek my aid in your investigation," Hisoka said with a murderous glint. At this point, Hisoka's lips curled into an unusually flamboyant smile. He's a Minor Arcana member? There's no way! Lumin raised his eyebrow. "Are you a Minor Arcana holder?" Hisoka shook his head. "I am a member of the Temperance faction, a devotee of Mr. Fool. Praise the Fool." Chris, how's it going, man? What the fuck? Lumin found it absurd and amusing at the same time. Hisoka is a member of the Rose School of Thought's Temperance faction? A flamboyant and malicious devil is a member of the Temperance faction? That's impossible. Yet in this dream, crafted by Hela, unless Hisoka possessed unique abilities to deceive, lying was quite unlikely. The only plausible explanation was that he had infiltrated the Temperance faction through deceit. On the surface, Hisoka seemed to be a beyonder of the prisoner pathway, displaying a level of restraint. As a non-core member of the Temperance faction, he may have gone unnoticed. Right. Is this why the Matani Patrol allowed a prisoner pathway to join? This was more than 4 years ago. Back then, Hisoka was merely a Sequence 8 of the prisoner pathway, not yet a mid-sequencer. As a peripheral member of the Temperance faction, he likely operated without much scrutiny or oversight. Moreover, he probably joined the Temperance faction before this, when he was weaker and less noticeable. Later, he faked receiving resources from the Temperance faction and the Rose School of Thought's attacks to advance. In reality, did he rely on their Mother Tree of Desire's boons? Where did those resources go? Were they secretly sold or crafted into a mystical item? That poker card? Why did he infiltrate the Temperance faction and worship Mr. Fool? His main goal clearly isn't resources. Faith in Mr. Fool. With this in mind, Lumin made a guess. Hisoka's true aim was to infiltrate the Church of the Fool and have faith in Mr. Fool, a revelation from the Celestial Worthy. Hisoka genuinely believes in the Celestial Worthy of heaven and earth for blessing, but the Celestial Worthy is resisting Mr. Fool. He can clearly influence the Seer, Apprentice, and Marauder pathways. Hisoka used a specific technique during prayer. On the surface, he seemed to be praying to Mr. Fool, but in reality, he received a message from Celestial Worthy. That makes sense. Madam Magician mentioned that if I don't follow a specific procedure when praying to Mr. Fool, the response may not be from him. Why did the Celestial Worthy make Hisoka do this? Marauder. Steal. Could it be that he gradually intends to steal Mr. Fool's identity and faith? When many believers genuinely believe in Mr. Fool, but they equate him to the Celestial Worthy, he becomes the Fool. The more I think about it, the more terrifying it is. Aaron, how's it going, man? Impressive. If the Celestial Worthy usually gathers followers, the Tarot Club would wipe them out at the slightest hint. Yet if their followers outwardly professed faith in the Fool, not only would they escape destruction, but they'd gain protection. How devious. Alright, boys, we gotta start doing the opposite, okay? We gotta get motherfuckers to start believing in the celestial worthy, but it's actually the fool. Fuck it. 2 can play at this game, you loser bitch. Let's go. Lumin swiftly deduced the situation, sensing the ominous pressure. Once marked by the celestial worthy, failure could creep in unnoticed and strike him. Considering this, Lumin recalled Port Pylos and grasped Hisoka's confidence, comprehending why Hisoka had opted to remain. Freshly arrived at the southern continent, stepping into Port Pylos. For the first time, Lumin lacked resources, companions, and even knowledge of Dutenese. There was a good chance he would seek aid from the Tarot Club standing behind him. The major arcana holders of the Tarot Club wouldn't personally intervene without a clear target. They would likely dispatch a minor arcana holder familiar with the southern continent or a faction member. Under these circumstances, who better than Tuanaku Tupian, a Church of the Fools temperance faction member from Matani, well versed in the local situation, holding the appropriate rank, and a sequence 6. How can believers in Celestial Worthy that think he is the fool make him stronger, but believers in the fool who think he is Celestial Worthy make him weaker? There's no fucking way, okay? It's gotta work both ways. You guys are fucking me here. Come on. What I said makes sense. Don't do this to me. In that scenario, Lumion and Hisoka would investigate Hisoka. The other party would gradually grasp the situation, assess the traps and effectiveness. Hisoka could then seize the opportunity for a surprise attack, assault the mind, and trigger desires. Contemplating this, Lumion acknowledged that if he failed to detect Hisoka's malice during the investigation, the chances of dying to Hisoka were basically 100%. He'd be a spectator as the devil faced off against Charmy Boris in the form of a soul fragment. Because at the end of the day, it's still CW's will and power, I guess. Hisoka, informed by Loki, should have made preparations to deal with the dangerous creatures within the seal, perhaps relying on the Noise family demon or his status as a blessed of the Mother Tree of Desire. Thankfully, Madam Magician kept reminding me that a hunter can't rely on high-ranking individuals behind an organization for everything. I must hone my own skills, or I may have sought guidance from the Tarot Club as soon as I arrived. That would have been quite dangerous. Big Sis and Roselle both mention that the gravest dangers most dangerous places are often the safest. Now, I must add that those who seem the safest and most reliable will sometimes pose the greatest threat. It's not that they're no longer trustworthy, but the enemy will exploit this sense of security. Yes, Madam Magician has also emphasized that if anything seems awry with her orders and suggestions, I should ignore them, quickly contacting the other major arcana holders. Lumin gazed at Hisoka and smiled. If I hadn't received help from a special trace expert, if the hidden blade had been more familiar with your persona, and if I hadn't had a psychiatrist to profile you and ultimately failed to find any clues, I would have sought help from the Tarot Club. Hisoka spoke up after a few moments. I get everything else, but why the sudden need for a special trace expert? Lumin chuckled. Because it is a gift from a true god. The more time Lumin spent with Ludwig, the more he felt that letting such a dangerous individual escape the Church's control wasn't a decision that a high-ranking member of the Church of Knowledge would make. There would have to be a revelation from the god himself. Certainly, Lumin couldn't be sure. As far as he knew, the knowledge pathway, also known as the reader pathway, excelled in prophecies. Hisoka fell into a silence before unleashing a roar, much like a wild wolf. Lumin reviewed the entire incident, realizing that this revenge was a clash of conspiracies. Unfortunately, Hisoka didn't grasp his personality and style well enough, nor did he understand his companions. He could only rely on the sea prayer ritual and Loki's first death as a guide. Consequently, there was a deviation, shattering his expectations. Lumin exhaled and inquired, who were the ones causing havoc on the patrol team's side? Dude, I am so jealous of LEMMiNO. I I could only hope to be as good a fucking YouTuber as that guy is. Holy shit. He makes such good videos, he makes such good music. What the fuck is that guy on? He makes like, he makes like 2 videos a year now, but like, what the fuck? Upon hearing LEMMiNO's question, Hisoka smiled. Those are a few fallen under my control. Fallen? LEMMiNO could understand the literal meaning, but didn't quite understand, simultaneously criticizing Hisoka. This truly is a dream. Emotions change so quickly. Hisoka reminisced. A desire apostle can plant a seed in others' hearts when their emotions and desires fluctuate, causing corresponding problems to worsen. Gradually, they lose control and degenerate. When combined with my special abilities, I can make those humans unable to escape my control and obey only me for a long time. It is akin to injecting addictive psychedelic drugs, but more mystical, LEMMiNO thought. Suddenly he recalled Nabor Disley's description of demons: demon in body, demon in mind. Could this be a manifestation of the demon within the mind? Is Hisoka's distinctiveness reflected in this aspect? Could it be that the individual from the Temperance faction liaising with him has been tainted by this influence as well? LEMMiNO gazed thoughtfully at Hisoka and inquired. Indeed, as one would expect from a desire apostle, a demon that seduces the darkness of the mind. Is this a ritual for sending to a demon? Just acclimating for now, Hisoka didn't refute. You seem quite assured. Following the incident to Zemo Town at year's end, you likely ascended to a desire apostle. It's only been a year, and you're already contemplating becoming a demigod, LEMMiNO mused? Is it because you finally appeased that demon from the Noise family and acquired that thing? Yes, Hisoka said. What is that thing? LEMMiNO asked. Or where is that thing? In Zemo Town. Concealed in his hometown. If it's significant, why doesn't he carry it with him? LEMMiNO's curiosity about the pranks orchestrated by Hisoka and in Tizamo and Devis intensified. You staged a prank in Devis to pilfer a batch of gold? Yes. Have you consumed too many novels like Gold Heist? Were you in dire of a lot of money back then? Yes, for criminals it is quite normal to plan an operation to snatch gold when needed, unlike me who relies on hunting and the gifts of villains. Franca would have been accumulating gold for future sacrifices to the armored shadow, LEMMiNO thought. Could Hisoka have orchestrated a prank to obtain a substantial amount of gold for a similar sacrifice? Did you offer the gold as a sacrifice to the Noise family demon? In Tizamo Town, Hisoka replied. What's in Tizamo Town? Hisoka appeared to snap out of his daze and said, Dream Festival. Dream Festival! His shadow surged to life, leaping onto him and shrouding him. Hisoka reverted to pitch black, transforming into a viscous, repulsive, malevolent liquid that spread out swiftly in all directions, as if determined to corrupt the interrogation room. LEMMiNO promptly exited the dream and observed Hisoka laying on the ground sleeping, displaying signs of devilification. That can't be a word. Once more, this key member of April Fools was teetering on the brink of losing control. Without hesitation, LEMMiNO materialized a long sword of blazing white flames. The Hisoka before him emitted a myriad of colors, the pale white mark on the bridge of his nose being the least conspicuous. Weakness, investigation. Paleness signified a vulnerability. LEMMiNO hoisted the flaming sword, gripping it with both hands and thrusting it down. The devil-like armor, resilient flesh, and steel-like bones bestowed by Zombie endured for but a moment before being pierced. LEMMiNO withdrew his flames and thrust down again. This time it penetrated even deeper. LEMMiNO extracted the flame sword once more and leapt up, adding his weight to the thrust. LEMMiNO genuflected, and the sword plunged into Hisoka's brain, transforming into scattered flames. LEMMiNO withdrew his hand and stood up. Hisoka's body, displaying signs of devilification, twitched a few more times before finally settling. The devil had lost his life. Rest in piss. Yes, fuck you, bitch. It's so funny. Coming from Freerin to this is so perfect, because in Freerin you're just sitting there. It's like demons are beasts who use the human language only to deceive. They are vile creatures that must be vanquished at any cost. And then you come here and it's like, yeah, the same here. Anyone of that pathway, just fucking take them out. How resilient. He managed to withstand 3 strikes, even like this, LEMMiNO gazed. In that moment, Hisoka's corpse turned swiftly transparent, but his light brown skin gradually faded to pale white. Wraith, transforming into a genuine wraith after death. Just as this thought crossed LEMMiNO's mind, his surroundings darkened. In the depths of the darkness, a serene chant resonated, soothing one's body and mind. All escape was tranquility. Hisoka's wraith form halted its transformation, gradually gaining a tangible quality. Oh, sorry. Finally, he perished. What a formidable adversary to kill. If his transformation had been halted, could he have once again endured as a wraith, evolving into an evil spirit over time? LEMMiNO glanced at Hela beside him and said, "Thank you." He refrained from elaborating on his conversation with Hisoka, recognizing that he had spoken in a dream created by Hela. She must be aware. "Loki is the only one left," Hela said. LEMMiNO fell silent. He can't be resurrected more than a few times more. At most, one more, Hela replied. Another time, LEMMiNO acknowledged. Might be worth it considering their sequence 8 is Unwinged Angel. Dude, that name is way too hard for a sequence 8. It's fucking... Cuttlefish genuinely fucked that up. That's way too hard. It should be like... Unwinged... Fucking... What's a term for like a low-grade devil? Low-grade... Unwinged henchman. Plucked henchman. Before long, Hisoka's characteristic manifested, blending in with the remaining goat horns above his head, transforming into a whimsical and flamboyant cluster of black crystals. Unwinged Imp? Oh, Unwinged Imp would be good. See, that would work a lot better, right? I know, obviously it's cold-blooded as well, but like, Unwinged Angel is just too hard. He's even... They can't be allowed to have that as a sequence 8, no. Various crystals extended in all directions, sharp and crooked. Multiple illusory, translucent faces emerged from each crystal, their expressions alternating. A Desire Apostle's characteristic corrupted by a wraith-born LEMMiNO perceived. He pointed at the characteristic in Hisoka's body. "Can I take them all?" "Okay," Hela responded. In an old warehouse in an abandoned dock in Port Pylos, Franca, Anthony, and Jenna had all gathered. Amidst their conversation, a figure outlined itself. It was Lumion, wearing his disguise as Louis Berry. Swap Unwinged Angel and Filthy Monarch. Just drop the Monarch. Lumion tossed Hisoka's corpse to the ground. Immediately after, he retrieved the characteristic from his traveler bag. He then smiled at Franca, Jenna, and Anthony. It's settled. "Is it really Hisoka?" Franca asked. "It is. He was overconfident and believed there's a good chance of him killing me. He decided to wait." "What gave him the confidence?" Franca asked. Since everyone present was a minor arcana holder, Lumion didn't hold anything back and recounted the situation. Can that really happen?" "Thank God you didn't seek guidance from the Tarot Club," Jenna said. "I didn't think our collaboration alone would be sufficient," Franca sighed. Lumion pointed at the characteristic and said, "There's too much corruption. It's very dangerous. I plan to seek Madam Magician's help and find a suitable artisan to transform it into an artifact, one that everyone can use." Lumion found it too sinister and corrupting. It couldn't become a mystical item with relatively mild negative effects. "Absolutely," Franca said. She then recalled, "Your pride armor is still in my possession. You really are getting the most of it. Lumin chuckled. How can I face devils without a warrior? I've always wanted to use the armor, but I didn't expect Hisoka to choose the most convenient place like a bathroom. It was confined, tight space, and with a certain degree of flexibility. Franca retrieved the armor from her bag and placed it on the ground. Suddenly, the air in the warehouse froze. Oh, because he's probably still pissed at Lumion, eh? The armor turned to face Lumion, condensing a broadsword of light, then knelt down on one knee and thrust it into the ground. Lumion's pupils dilated as his figure abruptly faded, disappearing. The broadsword of light split open, transforming into a devastating storm that engulfed the area, obliterating numerous wooden crates. Franca, Jen, and Anthony couldn't dodge in time and were shattered into fragments by the hurricane of light. God damn it, this is so vengeful! How long has passed? Franca cursed from the corner of the warehouse. It's over. Damn, Franca dies? Sag. Well, you know what? Extra characteristic, that's what I say. Dude, the music switches are so on point, Hope. It's because of you guys. It was you unaware that made this possible. This shit is so fucking cool. Otherwise, right about now, Kami would be yelling at me because I missed his message that told me to change the music 4 lines ago. Franca emerged from the shadows, exhaling a sigh of relief as she saw the silver-white body armor return to silence following Lumin's departure. With caution, she approached, making sure not to position herself behind the pride armor, finally standing face to face with it. The armor remained motionless. Franca extended her arms, briefly lifting the armor and tucking it back in her traveler bag. Only then did she call out, It's okay, it's fine." Jenna emerged from the dark corner on the other side, and Anthony suddenly appeared at the warehouse door. In a matter of seconds, Lumin somersaulted back from the high window, eliciting a chuckle from Franca. God damn it, we managed Hisoka just fine, but our own artifact nearly killed us. Good thing we had substitutes, or we might have been really injured, if not dead. That'd be a funny story for Ghostface, Jenna commented. Having moved out of the market district, she now had plenty of free time. Even though she still owed Franca a lot of money, she had enough assets to cover it. Thus, while completing the Tarot Club's missions and trying to act, she could afford to watch a play once a week, buy magazines, newspapers, and books she had longed for but couldn't justify purchasing before. Who would have thought this armor would hold such a grudge? Lumion, what did you do to it? Wasn't it just a backstab? Lumion said. I thought I'd be fine after disengaging and waiting. Yeah, I did too, Franca nodded. It's all because of that fucking armor. It really doesn't feel like armor at all. Okay, Bladel, you gotta get over it. Because your mom killed you now. He's all, oh my god, anyone who betrays me is among it. Bro, take it up with Lilith. What are you fucking hassling me for, idiot? Franca said, I wonder when it will forget that you stabbed it in the back. For now, you better just leave it with me. Alright, Lumin said, feeling a tinge of regret. Such a sealed artifact was temporarily unusable. He glanced at Hisoka's severely damaged corpse and the seemingly unscathed characteristics, stowing them away in his traveler bag, and said, I hope that the operation against the Minister of Industry will commence after the artifact is completed. Though its negative effects will undoubtedly be severe, Desire, Apostle, and Wraith are quite useful, even if they can only unleash a portion of their abilities. Don't know, I'd be pretty pissed. Bro, you're a good... He's a god, okay? Get over it. He was a god, yes. She then turned to Lumion and asked, Hisoka's already dead. You have achieved your goal in the southern continent. Where are you going next? Are you coming to Trier? Are you returning to Trier with us? Lumion shook his head. I plan to stay in the southern continent for a while. Why? To investigate Tazamo and the Hisoka matter? Doesn't really seem necessary, Jenna said. This is a hunter's paradise, don't you think? Lumion chuckled. After all that has transpired, I've come to realize something. For a hunter to act and digest swiftly, they must undergo diverse experiences. What I mean is a hunter's path is more straightforward compared to the other paths, unlike a demoness who must navigate pleasure and pain while contemplating abstract and philosophical concepts. As long as a hunter is immersed in chaos, conflict, and combat, they can excel. Combat is akin to hunting. Chaos and conflict invariably breed numerous conspiracies. Provocation smoothens these conspiracies. Arson secures victory in battle. And the aftermath of such incidents reaps the lives of enemies and the spoils of victory. A hunter must hunt. If you're a hunter, prepare to become the hunted. Observing Franca, Jenna, and Anthony's puzzled expressions, LEMMiNO smiled. It's been just over half a year, and I've gone from a sequence 9 to 5. Why? Because I've either passively or actively embroiled in a series of events. Through perpetual chaos, disputes, and battles, I have grasped the principles in performance and found opportunities to act. In essence, a hunter doesn't engage in elaborate acting before reaching high sequence beyonder status. Though I possess some insight into fate due to my characteristics, it is also linked to determination and willpower, an integral part of combat. Hunters are forged in the crucible of blood and fire. They thrive amidst chaos and conflict. If I aim to grow stronger, I must pursue these elements. The southern continent precisely offers that. Thus, LEMMiNO could swiftly assimilate the REAPER potion and strive to become a Sequence 5 fate appropriator of the inevitability pathway. I'm just realizing this. When LEMMiNO goes to become like a... Russell had a malfunction. Verstappen second! Ain't no fucking way. Verstappen second. Oh my god. Oh my god. Unknown, it could happen. It could happen today, man. It could happen. Kimmy's just gotta buck up. Don't get me wrong, he's a good kid. I don't want him to, but oh my god. Dude. Antonelli, Verstappen, Hamilton as the fucking as the podium would be so goated. What the fuck? Oh, sorry. What I was saying earlier. When LEMMiNO becomes like, how much did he bet on Polymarket? $40. I'm okay. I'm about to lose it all. Okay. What was I saying? Oh yes, when LEMMiNO becomes like the great old one or the god of his pathway, he's probably gonna have to get rid of the characteristics of, or like the boons of the other pathway, right? Unless they're somehow correlated, because wouldn't that fuck him up? Because listen, I'm seeing it, okay? He's gonna become a great old one. Do I think it's kind of cringy for him to follow that same trajectory? Yeah, but that's what Cuttlefish is going for, so whatever. Whatever. Only by truly mastering some of the Fate's abilities and could LEMMiNO hope to uncover any connection between Loki and the ancient castle when he confronted him. According to Franca, LEMMiNO had to locate the respawn point of an enemy capable of resurrecting and camp there. Oh, she's gonna spawn camp him? Fuck yeah, let's go. Certainly, the path to becoming a Fate Appropriator came with its own set of risks. LEMMiNO's chance of encountering Circle inhabitant Voisin Samson would significantly rise, whether due to convergence of an outer deity's blessed resulting from the world's rejection, or the convergence of inevitability powers. Franca couldn't hide her envy upon hearing LEMMiNO's plan. The early stages with assassins and instigators were relatively direct, but as time went on, it became more and more complicated. When I first met LEMMiNO, I was clearly a higher sequence and stronger than him. It's only been a half year, and how the tables have turned, Franca thought. After sending Franca, Jenna, and Anthony back to Trier, LEMMiNO entered his suite, signaling for Lugano to leave. He then extracted Hisoka's corpse, and with a grin, positioned it in front of Ludwig. Here's my end of the bargain. Is it edible? After 10 seconds, Ludwig deliberately picked up the child's utensils and resolved himself. A tiny bit. Without waiting for LEMMiNO's reply, he crouched down, extended the child's knife and fork towards Hisoka's eyes. Amidst the slicing sounds, Ludwig retrieved the devil-like eyeballs on the fork and the other on the knife's tip, and poured a glass of orange guar with one hand. There's caffeine in this, not suitable for children, LEMMiNO pointed out. I love how this man's about to eat eyeballs and he's like, there's caffeine in that drink. Should you really be having it? I don't know. Ludwig glanced at the enticing beverage, then at the eyeball on the child's utensils, and the half-devil corpse on the ground. He fell silent, as did LEMMiNO. After a few moments, Ludwig submerged the eyeballs into the orange-yellow guar, deliberately puncturing more holes with his fork, allowing the liquid to seep in. Ooh, holy shit! The prodigal son returns! How many years, centuries has it been since we've seen you in chat? Holy shit! How's it going, man? Bloop. 3 drops of sulfur-scented blood fell into the fading orange beverage, swiftly tinting it with the color of blood. Ludwig swirled the liquid in glass and consumed it. LEMMiNO observed as Ludwig finished his drink, noting a clear boost in energy. What's the effect of this? LEMMiNO asked. Permanently enhances my spirituality, allowing me to keenly sense the aura of the abyss. I can also command a few lower-level undead creatures. Only the first glass has this effect, though. Subsequent drinks of a similar nature can only temporarily heighten my perception and restore some spirituality. Not bad. But only you would dare to consume such a thing, LEMMiNO criticized. He stowed away Hisoka's remains and retreated to his bedroom, initiating a letter to Madam Magician. His focus was on reporting Hisoka's apparent identity, his speculations, and the issues with Tizamo Town. Additionally, proposing that the reward for these unexpected discoveries be the transformation of Hisoka's characteristic into an artifact. After neatly folding the letter, LEMMiNO produced a jagged, black, crystal clump and arranged a ritual, calling Madam Magician's messenger. Upon its emergence, the messenger emitted a disdainful sound, pointing at Hisoka's characteristic. Put it in a box, it's disgusting. LEMMiNO retrieved a small paper box from his traveler bag and stuffed the crystal inside. Tie it up. Put it in another box. Use another box to contain that one. The messenger continued with its requests. Finally, begrudgingly, it picked up the box and carried the letter away. Port Pylos patrol team. Ryaza informed Camus. All the problematic team members have been purged and the rest are undergoing reviews. You are part of it too. How's Kolobo? Camus asked. He's fine. We went to the Earth Mother Church to hire a doctor. The major issue now is that we haven't apprehended Tupi. Moreover, we are certain he's both a wraith and a desire apostle. How? Isn't that too powerful? Camus felt a tinge of fear. At that moment, a patrol team member entered the office and said, Captain Ryaza, the Straw Hat guy is back. Dude, he's about to walk in and go, so, duel sequence 5. I killed him. In one small room. Yeet. I'm actually relatively unscathed at the end of it, too. Can you give me some monies now? I feel like I earned a lot of monies. I don't know, like, $500,000 will do fine. I don't want to be greedy or anything. Bounty. I'm not even wrong. Money, 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 money. Louis Barry's back? Camus's forehead twitched. Since encountering this adventurer, his life had taken quite a turn. First, he captured the murderer in a serial killer case, then unearthed the clues related to a 4-year-old case. Subsequently, the suspect emerged, attempting to harm him and Kolobo, throwing the entire team into chaos. And now Louis makes another appearance? By the way, does anyone know? In the community, do they call him Louis Barry or do they call him Louis Barry? Does anyone know? Like, I assume some other YouTubers have made like videos mentioning him. What do they call him? Camus felt the weight on his chest, his heart racing. Where is Louis Barry? Ryaza asked. Sitting in the hall. They call him Louis Barry, Chris? Ryaza nodded, and he and Camus left the office, descending the stairs. As they walked, Camus snapped out of a daze. He recalled Louis Barry's suspicion about Tupi the previous day and how he had abandoned his theory without delving into specifics. I have seen not a single person say his name. And how the adventurer had sought him out early in... Jesus, fuck. Hamilton is pursuing Verstappen like it's 2021. Jesus. Hoping to gather info directly. Shortly after Colombo handed over Tupi's information, the latter was attacked. Did Louis employ such a cautious inquiry to avoid the danger premonition? Was buying information from Colombo a trap targeting Tupi? No. Hadn't Tupi sensed the corresponding danger? He could only sense it a minute or two in advance, and would be too late by the time he discovered it. As a former public security officer, now an interrogator, Camus made the connection quite quickly. Most everyone I know pronounces it as Louis. That's what I figured. I figured Louis would be the normal pronunciation, so I decided to go with Louis, because that's my own, okay? I want my read-through to be my own. He believed that Louis Barry had likely identified Tupi after learning of his preference for the sugarless formal coffee. He hinted at suspicions regarding the police headquarters, but refrained from going into specifics. I think so too, Ruth. I think so too. As for how Louis set the trap for Tupi, Camus couldn't puzzle it out for now. I'm not like the other. You'll never find another like me, I hope, okay? I want you to know that, okay? Fuck you. Do we all have blonde hair or wearing a black tank top and blue and denim jeans? Maybe. Shut up. Who's asking? Furthermore, I'm sorry. How many chapters of fucking COI has Easy read in the last month? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, please. Let's compare. Let's put our dick on the table and compare sizes, shall we? How many chapters? Go on. I'll wait. No. Hope, go on. I'll wait. Please. I'm not reading Shadow Slave. Everyone that shows up for streams has told me they don't want me to read Shadow Slave, so I won't read it. What am I going to read after this? I don't know. He isn't reading COI. Yeah, that's what I fucking thought. Don't ever compare. Don't ever say we're the same. God damn it. Put some respect on my name. I'm doing this for the love of the game, baby. Basically no one shows up for streams, but I still do it for the love of the game. So fuck you. Except like 6 or 7 of you guys. 6, 7, I'm sorry. Love you guys. Kami, can't ban me, bitch. This is a Sequence 5 Desire Apostle wielding the power of a Sequence 5 Wraith. Unless a demigod personally... Don't you ever fucking put that music on again, god damn it. Unless a demigod personally intervened, they might require 2 or 3 battle teams of mid-sequencers from pathways like the Sun and Warrior to handle him. Alternatively, they needed to mobilize Beyonders at the level of a Sequence 5 pirate admiral armed at potent mystical items. So, am I lagging? No, I think it's just you, Carly. Soon, Camus and Riaza spotted Louis Barry sitting on the sofa comfortably. Bonsoir, Louis. What brings you here? Camus asked. I'm here to collect my bounty, of course. As he spoke, he retrieved Tupi's head from his traveler bag. Camus and Riaza observed the blood-stained face, the head with a broken horn, the vacant eyes, and the gruesome wound. Despite the severe damage, Camus recognized him on sight. Tuanaku Tupian? He succeeded? He set a trap for a Desire Apostle and killed him? Camus's gaze shifted up, scrutinizing Louis Barry, a young man with the title of a great adventurer in the Fog Sea. His strength could surely rival any pirate admiral in the 5 seas. Oh, that's so peak! Oh, my boy's making quite a name for himself. He's making such a name. Oh, They said, damn, he's the GOAT. Of course, this assessment applied only to individual abilities, excluding the subordinates of the admirals. Riaza silently ascertained from a spiritual level, turning to Camus. Is it Tupi? Yes, Camus confirmed. The battle between Tupi and Louis Barry had been fierce, resulting in his tragic demise. Not only were his eyes absent, but he was also covered in wounds. Riaza looked at Lumion and said, I wonder if you've seen Tupi's wanted poster. The bounty is only 70,000 Vril d'Or. Back then, the bounty wasn't based off the criteria of a serial killer. It was only increased 20,000 because of this particular serial killer targeted Beyonders. If I wait 2 more days to collect the bounty, will I get more? Lumion asked. Upon hearing this, Camus pondered for a moment and realized the validity of the statement. In 2 days, their wanted posters would depict a Desire Apostle and a Wraith Tupi, would cause the death of several patrol team members. I don't know, Uth's messages only show up in live chat, and that's been the case since February of this year. Before that, they used to show up okay, but in February, for some reason, it just kind of tickered out. Of course, with Matani's financial resources, it was impossible to significantly raise the bounty. At most, they could double it and report the danger to the other churches, and see if they would be willing to increase the bounty. After Camus translated Lumion's words into Dutenese, Riaza remained silent, unsure of how to even respond. For a patrol team, 70 or 80,000 was a substantial sum. But there is no need to add to the bounty, just fulfill 2 of my requests. Pretty simple ones. What are they? Riaza asked. Firstly, I wish to see all of the dossiers related to Tizamo Town. Secondly, I'm very curious about Tupi's cards and want to take a look. Of course, just a look. You wish to investigate last year's incident in Tizamo Town? Isn't your sole purpose in Port Pylos to find Tupi? Camus asked. Need I remind you? Tupi's hometown is Tizamo. Hope, not subtly, brother. Camus suddenly felt that the matter with Tupi wouldn't conclude with the other party's death. There were still many secrets hidden within. Louis had mentioned this from the very beginning. After translating their conversation for Riaza, Camus sensed that the patrol team's investigation of Tizamo Town might have concluded too quickly. Eyeing Louis for a moment, who had just taken down a Desire Apostle wielding the power of a Wraith, Riaza fell silent. Who tasked you to look into Tupi? Did he declare himself a member of the Temperance faction of the Fool? Lumion inquired. It is not a self-proclamation. We verified it, Riaza replied. Just confirming, Lumion thought. Traitors can surface in any organization. And there will be individuals with a hidden agenda attempting to infiltrate. That's indeed our problem, Camus said. We shouldn't rely solely on the organizations they're affiliated with to determine a person's character or whether they can be recruited. We must verify their words and actions. After considering carefully, Riaza agreed to Lumion's request. While assigning another patrol team member to aid Lumion in the process and collect the bounty, he instructed Camus to show Lumion the poker card. What the fuck? What the fuck is going on in the Canadian Grand Prix? Fucking 5-6 people are out? What the fuck are these guys doing? In the cold and silent underground corridor, Camus gazed at Lumion and said, "What are you investigating?" Lumion emitted a soft chuckle. It is far too dangerous for you to know. Camus fell silent, choosing not to inquire any further. Lumion asked, how many members of the patrol team died this time? 4, all under Tupi's control. We'll be recruiting new members before the end of the year. They're fortunate. Those with stable pathways don't have to worry about subsequent sequence potions. If they aren't from the correct pathways, they can use sealed artifacts. This is how the resource of an official organization gradually accumulated. How's Kolobo? Lumion asked. He's fine, almost healed. Be careful. It will As they converse, they arrive at a room adorned with cold bones, a metallic poker card laying on the table. Be careful, it will burrow into your body and control you like a wraith, Camus warned. Lemmy nodded and approached, reaching for the card with a 10 of spades. A bone-like sensation entering his mind, accompanied by a chill. Lumin's right hand became encased in a layer of frost. The frost crystallized and extended towards his arm. Simultaneously, the card's surface underwent a transformation, revealing a grayish-white joker. Silently, Lumin's arm burst into a brilliant white flame. With a flick of his palm, he accurately pressed his thumb onto the poker card that hadn't dissipated, and the poker card fell silent. Frost detachment from Lumin's arm descended to the ground, melting. Zombie frost, wraith possession. A mystical item of the prisoner pathway, Lumin thought. However, the transformation abilities displayed by the poker card didn't align with his understanding of the prisoner pathway. They seemed to superficially resemble that of Faceless. Could it be a corruption brought about by the Celestial Worthy? Also, when the Temperance faction provides resources, it's impossible to directly give Wraith. They start at low sequences and work up. Did this poker card strengthen time and time again? I'm done. Be careful when using this item, Louis said. Camus nodded. We'll treat it as a sealed artifact rather than a mystical item. Upon returning to the surface, Camus gathered all the dossier related to Tizimo Town. Lumin sorted through the items and picked up one of them. That's not what it says at all. Oh my god, dude, Kimmy's gonna win this season. There's no fucking way. Kimmy Antonelli's a 19-year-old's gonna be the Formula 1 world champion this season. That's nuts. That's a fucking number no one's ever gonna break again. What the fuck? Lumin examined the dossier on Tizamo Town's tragedy. It detailed the incident as a gentleman and the servants' hunting expedition in Tizamo Town's primitive forest. Here's where the fun begins. Leading to a retaliatory surprise on Tizamo Town. The assault resulted in numerous casualties, including the gentleman, his servant, several patrol team members responsible for the town's security, and many innocent civilians. What the fuck, Hope? In response, Admiral Quararel deployed additional troops to safeguard the area, prompting the primitive tribe to retreat into the depths of the forest. There are quite a few formidable tribes inhabiting the southern continent's primitive forest. Lumin sighed from the bottom of his heart after reading the dossier. This situation, a historical relic from the Balam Empire, was emblematic of the challenges faced by the region. While ancient empires boasted numerous powerful individuals in their ranks, alongside substantial numbers of low to mid-sequence beyonders, effective management faced limitations. Technical constraints, population size, and the diversity of characteristics restricted governance to cities with favorable geographical conditions. These included towns and villages surrounding these cities, fertile plains, pastures, and valleys. The more challenging terrains like primitive forests and mountains remained largely unexplored due to these limitations. When the northern continent invaded, causing the fragmentation of the Balam Empire and the destruction or replacements of other nations, many rebels sought refuge in these untouched areas, intensifying the dangers of the primitive forests and mountains. In contrast, after Roselle initiated the revolution, such challenges decreased in the northern continent. Currently, only a few remnants linger. The dossier offered no clues about the April Fool pranks or demon presence, Lumin thought. He searched for keywords like dream and festival. Before his demise, Hisoka had mentioned the dream festival. Unfortunately, the patrol team had only been operational for 6-7 years, with no record history of Tizamo Town's previous issues. I'm not even lying, Kami. It's in the chapter, okay? I swear to God. During this period, there were no instances of dream-related or festival-related problems. LEMMiNO wasn't disheartened. He placed the dossier down and addressed Camus. Can I make a copy of everything? No problem. Camus knew Louis was about to summon the Rabbit of Knowledge. At that moment, Riaza entered with another member of the patrol team, placing a small but weighty coin cloth. Your bounty. Confirm it, Riaza said. LEMMiNO lifted the cloth bag and spilled its contents. Banknotes from Intes and a considerable amount of gold coins lay before him. LEMMiNO counted it. After Riaza and the other patrol team departed, LEMMiNO turned to Camus and pushed the cloth bag over. You. LEMMiNO responded, as I said, I'll waive the official bounty. But I didn't, Camus replied. The information you provided was crucial, but you need to share it with Kolobo. Also, do me a favor. This sum of money is for information and compensation based on the dangers we faced. Camus thought. What is it? Help me find a few people born and raised in Tizamo Town who are currently living in Port Pylos. Also, locate a few who have visited Tizamo Town multiple times but have no connection to it. Bring them to my place, one by one. No problem, Camus said. That was pretty straightforward. Upon his return to the hotel, LEMMiNO had barely set down the Rabbit of Knowledge's copied dossier, ready to delve into the details, when the doorbell chimed. Lugano rushed to the door. Boss, Moswa Ivalhista wishes to meet you. Ivalhista, the one residing on BET with zombie servants? He's here for me. Trier, Quartier de la Cathédrale Commémorative. In Franca and Jenna's rented apartment. After seeing Anthony off, Franca returned to the master bedroom, contemplating the progress of digesting her pleasure potion. Although LEMMiNO's situation was unique, how could he digest a potion so quickly? How could he ascend to Sequence 5 in a mere 6 months? There lingered a sense of disappointment and frustration at being outpaced within 7 months of watching over LEMMiNO. She longed to reach Sequence 5 and become a demoness of affliction. Why? Those guys are dicks. Truth be told, her digestion of the pleasure potion surpassed that of most demonesses. She had also gleaned substantial insights while delving into the alternative interpretations and symbols of pleasure. Patience was paramount. I must seek a partner for pleasure. Both ordinary and more profound forms of pleasure are imperative. Only then can I digest it more quickly. One is my left foot and the other my right. I must exert effort on both to move forward. I cannot hop on one foot alone. I cannot muster the courage to broach the subject. Should I seek help from Browns and her companions? As Franca paced, she heard a knock on her door. Jenna? Enter, please. Why the politeness? Franca asked. Damn it, I've always been polite, okay? It's just that you never close your door. You only close it when you sleep. How the fuck am I supposed to knock? With that, Jenna wore a vexed expression. What the fuck, guys? What the Cuddlefish, what are you doing, man? You horny bastard? Jesus. Come to me. Are you grappling with the pleasure potion's digestion? Do you lack a target for its digestion? Yes, as I've mentioned before, but what about me? Jenna cut in. Huh? Franca thought she might have been imagining things for a moment. Jenna's lovely face displayed a charming smile, reminiscent of her days as the little minx. Didn't you inform the demoness of black that we're lovers? Then why not turn to me? But why are you doing this? Franca was bewildered. Jenna approached Franca, maintaining her smile. I too wish to experience pleasure. I'll become one in the future. Surprise shifted to shock. Franca examined Jenna, wondering if she had undergone a sudden change. Are you trying to help me? Are you aiding me in this aspect because I've been without a partner for so long? That's one reason, Jenna said. She then looked up at Franca and said, You're so beautiful. I don't know, Ruth. I don't know. I don't know what we're doing here. This is genuinely fucking some gooner bait. What the fuck? Franca fell silent. Do you like me? Okay, Ruth, don't say it like you're just about to come everywhere. Okay, don't say it like that. Hope no. I do, Jenna replied. You're so lively, interesting, and captivating. Why wouldn't I? Then, do you love me? Franca said. I don't want to deceive you. To me, you're a beacon of light that brightens my life, offering hope and warmth. You are the person I trust the most. This is in the top 50? Shut the fuck up, Kami. My closest friend and my perfect sister. But I have never envisioned love between us. Franca's heart sank at the words, I don't want to deceive you. Then I can't. Damn it, why do you make things so fucking complicated? Jenna said. I'm not reading that, okay? Are you truly a demoness devoted solely to love? I'm not reading the sentence before that. Fuck off. I don't care. I'm not reading it. Nope, I refuse. I'm not going to, Chris. No, that's fucked. I don't think you're gonna stream that whole arc on stream. This is tame. That's great, man. That's great. That's fucking great. I'm not reading it all the same. I do not care.
Just want you step with me, dance with me, feel alright. I feel good on you.
No, I'm not reading this.
Make a groove all night. Close your eyes, come to me.
No, I'm not reading it. Yeah, that's great. Thank you, Kami. Okay, it's in chat, okay? I'm not gonna read this. I refuse. I have my dignity, god damn it. And Sal's not here to pay me to get rid of it, so fuck you guys. I'm not doing it, okay? I'm not reading it. She succumbed to it until Jenna pulled. What the
Feel alright.
Holy fuck, I'm not reading any of this. Fuck this shit.
Turn it on. Close to you.
In that moment, a phrase echoed in her mind. In pain, we find pleasure, and in pleasure, we drown. I'm not reading that. You guys can fuck right off. I refuse. I'm not reading that. I do not, bro. Then we won't read the later volumes, okay? Then it is what it is. I don't know what to tell you. I do not care. I can't. I'm not reading it. No, the rest of the, yeah, exactly. It's all smut. I'm not reading it. Bro, they kiss, they pull back, they kiss again. Great. Oh my god. Fucking, jeez. You horny bastards. Read it on your own time. You can jerk off. You're not doing it in my chat. Jesus. I won't do it. God damn it. I have my pride. I can't do this. God damn it. I won't debase myself. What do you think the reward in the chapter title is? But no, reading 620. Bro, 627 had like 2 or 3 lines that were whack. This is like 2 characters we've been together for so long for. No, this is cooked, okay? It's not love, Hope, okay? You just need to read the dialogue. It ain't that bad. Nope. 656. LEMMiNO once again encountered Moswa Ivalhista, who resided in B18. He still wore a fluffy black hat adorned with white feathers. With a quick glance, LEMMiNO had already covertly used weakness investigation to search for the pale white marks on Ivalhista's body. Aurora and Emperor Roselle had always emphasized the need to stay vigilant against others at all times. Of course, LEMMiNO felt that the two of them hadn't done such a good job in this matter, but they would still be active in the world. At that moment, the pallor on Ivalhista's body concentrated on his dark brown eyes, emitting an illusory quality. Does this mean that he can quickly transform into a wraith? And his eyes are no longer a weakness, LEMMiNO thought. He gestured to the living room. Let's chat here. Ludwig, seated at the dining table, glanced at Ivalhista for a few seconds before lowering his head and continuing his meal. Ivalhista nodded and entered the living room quietly, taking a seat. Are you a student at a primary school? So disciplined, LEMMiNO thought. As he focused on observing Ivalhista's luck. It was relatively normal, nothing special. At that moment, LEMMiNO thought of a few things. Luck observation and weakness investigation require the eyes to determine the target's color. However, one focuses on the background color while the other focuses on the various colors on the surface of the body. In a while, I'm going to put ice cream back in the freezer. Yeah, I know he's coming. When I become a fate appropriator, could these two abilities fuse and mutate into a more special ability? Why can I only use my eyes to observe these two qualities? Is a blind reaper incapable of attacking a target's weakness? Similarly, is a blind ascetic unqualified to observe others' lucks? Or can it be done at a higher sequence? LEMMiNO eased into the armchair, positioning himself at an angle. What's the matter? He asked. In Etesian. Ivalhista spoke in ancient Fasak. Allow me to introduce myself. Ivalhista Eggers, a member of the Rose School of Thought and the Temperance faction under the Church of the Fool. Are you Tupi's liaison? No, I've already eliminated that member 15 minutes ago. 15 minutes? When I was with the patrol team. But you can't expect me to believe you just... you can't expect me to believe you just because you say so, LEMMiNO thought. I recall that you arrived in Port Pylos before Tupi was exposed. What was your original motive? I'm investigating the primitive forest in this area. I'm still early in the stages of gathering information. 4 days ago I came into contact with Tupi and got some information from him. He seemed fine and restrained. He was restrained indeed. Otherwise there wouldn't be a second serial murder case in Port Pylos. Going to the primitive forest to investigate. On the surface, the incident in Tezamo town was a sudden attack by the tribe in the primitive forest. LEMMiNO quickly made the connection to Ivalhista and said, Tupi once did something in Tezamo town that involved the tribes of the primitive forest. Some of his important items seem to be hidden in Tezamo town. It may be related to a Noise family demon. Thank you for providing this information. It might not only be useful for my investigation, but it can let me know what to be wary of. Even if I didn't tell you now, you'll find out tonight or tomorrow. Having already reported the matter to Madam Magician, the major arcana holders would undoubtedly inform the Church of the Fool and the Temperance faction subsequently. Ivalhista nodded. I am here to express my gratitude and to inform you that we are already investigating any potential problems and latent dangers. If you need any help in Matai, please feel free to come to me. Alright, LEMMiNO responded. Why did you add the Rose School of Thought prefix when you introduced yourself? You've already left the Rose School of Thought, and when you joined the Church of the Fool, you make it sound as if the Rose School of Thought is affiliated with the Church. Our leader specifically requested this. Chu always believes that we are the true orthodox branch of the Rose School of Thought. Only we represent the Rose School of Thought. Those traitors should change the name of the organization, not us. Madam Messenger? There's no way it's Sharon, right? Might we get to see my queen soon? A man can hope. Sounds quite stubborn. Aren't you from the Temperance faction? Why don't you restrain yourself? Yes, Sequence 5 is a wraith, close to evil spirits, and evil spirits have quite an extreme side. LEMMiNO was just chatting and had no intention of inquiring further, and instead asked, "Your last name?" Okay, Hope, don't make it weird, okay? It's like eye candy. What is your problem? Can I not enjoy that someone is very pretty? What is your problem? Why you gotta make it all weird? Your last name is Eggers. Was your ancestor a member of the Balam Empire royal family? Yes. And my mother's lineage is from a noble family of the Highland Kingdom. And for many in the southern continent, the surname Eggers bore unparalleled prestige, a symbol of a deity who had once trod the land, a representation of death's dominion over the world. I've heard that the mausoleums of the Balam Empire nobles are constructed upside down, underground, much like the hotel. What does that signify? Is it simply a way to confront death? And why is death associated with the underground? Shouldn't the underworld exist in the spirit world? Ivelhista pondered for a moment. I didn't choose the death pathway. The construction methods originated from ancient times, passed down by all Eggers' ancestors devoted to the deity who controlled death. He embodies the very concept of death. Emulating him is a way to approach the source of death. This explanation resonates with me the most. Over the years, I've heard various interpretations. Some see life and death as opposing concepts. Some argue that as we stand upright and grow in life, burial upside down signifies the contradiction. Others believe that true hell isn't in the spirit world, but deep underground. Descending further symbolizes reaching true hell and returning to the essence of death. Thus, mausoleums are built upside down, reflecting our intention to face hell, worship death, and return to the source. This is the essence and symbol of mysticism. Some beyonders of the death pathway don't really approve of the underworld. Can you discover true hell by delving deep underground? Hasn't anyone informed you that the world we're on is basically a planet? Does this extension reach underground magma in the core? Do they believe that is hell? Suddenly he was taken aback. What exists on the opposite side of the planet? I only know of the northern and southern continent. Considering the time difference, they're nearly on the same side. If the world is a genuine planet, there must be another side, but I've never heard of any other continents. Wait, how did those giant fellows from the City of Silver emerge from the forsaken land of the gods? Something must have occurred on the continent on the other side of the planet, abandoned by deities. Could that be why it's known as the forsaken land of gods? If I have a chance, I could revisit the new City of Silver and explore the library. LEMMiNO reined in his thoughts and continued conversing with Ivelhista for a time, eventually escorting him away from this floor. Not long after he returned, the doll messenger arrived. The information and insights you have gathered are exceptional. Aaron, dude, thank you. Oh my god, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. You really didn't have to. Oh my god, but thank you so much. You can now use the bald whiz emoji as fucking everyone else does. Cringe. Bro, we gotta get a better Klein crying emoji. I just realized if we still use that cringe shit. Don't. Hope. What the fuck? No, guys. What the fuck? No, for fuck's sake. I'm not gonna lie to you. I actually love that one. Because Bald Wiz, in a way, is like, to me, it's like a really good representation of the community as a whole. Where, like, you guys are making fun of me, which is, like, that's what, you do, that's fine. But, like, you're making fun of me in, like, the best way possible. Like, you're doing something now you're making fun of me in a way that, like, I don't have any insecurities about it, so, like, it doesn't bug me in the slightest, right? Like, motherfucker, I have more hair than fucking all 9 of you in chat probably put together, okay? I have great hair. So the fact that you guys call me Bald Wiz, it's like, nah, but it's funny. It's funny to everyone involved, and it doesn't hurt anyone. So that, to me, is, like, such a good representation of the community, where, like, hey, we all have fun, but, we do it in, like, a way that doesn't hurt people. So I appreciate that. Bug, I have more hair on my fucking pubes than you will ever have on your fucking head, okay? Calm yourself, child. Idiot. Dude, there's no fucking way something... Who the fuck is cutting the grass, bro? It just rained. What are you doing? Sorry, my neighbor's cutting grass. Bro, it just rained this morning. What are you doing? Where'd it go? It is no wonder my spiritual perception guided me to let you visit the new city of Silver. Reflecting on it, your encounter with Nabo Disley seems almost coincidental. You followed the cues to Hanth Island. You should grasp the significance. Smell of cut grass plus smell of rain? Yeah, but your fucking lawnmower is like shits its pants because it's like the blade and the motor is not meant to like cut wet grass, right? Because it becomes so much more difficult. And secondly, it clumps together on like dry grass, which disperses. So it just becomes a whack as fuck. Oh, Hamilton overtook Verstappen? Oh, cringe shit. Maxi, you got him. 5 laps. Go get him. Go get him. The situation in this matter both reassures me and intensifies my vigilance and anxiety. When that entity stands by your side, these details are incredibly useful. However, he won't always be with us. When our objectives clash, I can't fathom what challenges we'll face. The same goes for you. They're going, bro, it's so nice to have Adam by our side, because if that motherfucker ever starts fucking with us, this shit's gonna suck. Therefore, hunters must rely more on their personal growth amidst blood, fire, chaos, and conflict. Many hunters meet their end, using their bones to forge the Red Priest who conquers all. We've already initiated an internal review. It involves a considerable number of individuals, and it will take a substantial amount of time to complete. Considering your contributions, beside converting your characteristic to an artifact, you have an option to choose a reward. Pick one of the two. 1. The potion formula for the Hunter Pathway Sequence 4. Or 2. I will assist you in divining clues about the remaining parts of the abscessed hand's body. You have to take the potion formula. You have to take the potion formula. Take the potion formula. You have to. Hunters must rely more on their personal growth amidst blood, fire, chaos, and conflict. Many hunters meet their end, using their bones to forge the Red Priest who conquers all. That is quite a hard line. Not as hard as me, of course. Whoa, what does that mean? Hey, alright, I may not have said it out loud, but I read that chapter with Franca and Jenna, okay? Sue me. I love you too, buddy. Dare I say it? My voice is quite good for reading those, so about that dignity of yours. I'm gonna come on your chest, hope, okay? Let me see about your dignity, you motherfucker. Shut up. It depends wholly on how I'm feeling at any given moment, hope. Don't worry. Don't delve too deep into it. These were incredible rewards, Lumion thought. It had to be known that reaching Sequence 4 marked a crucial point for any Beyonder. A moment of fucking... Oh, fuck those. I'm sorry. From then on, one could attain godhood and become half a human, half a god. Most Beyonders would never get this far. This wasn't just about becoming a demigod, it also included seeing or obtaining related items. As Sequence 4, Potion Formula was just as priceless. Moreover, this was a Sequence 4 formula related to Lumion's pathway. As for the reward of divining clues about the rest of the abscessed hand's body, it symbolized the promise and assistance of an angel. Ordinary Beyonders would never dream of such a chance, let alone receive an opportunity. What was the thing with the abscessed hand? I genuinely don't remember this. I know it was like a summon that that Lumion did that said like, if you help me find my body or some shit, I'll help you. But like, why the fuck do we think the abscessed hand's a fucking angel? What are we talking about? Oh, you have to do that before you become a demigod. That was part of it. Oh, yeah, you're right. Without finding his body first. Oh, you're right. Okay. We're right. Okay, thank you guys. Fuck. So then I would probably do the abscessed hand one. That one I hate that, but I would probably do that first because now we're at the point where that stopgap becomes important. It sucks, but I'd probably do that one. Fuck, that sucks. Hey there, how's it going, man? Spirit World Traverse in Sequence 6, Sequence 7 was... This is also true. Yeah, no, it was worth it. It was worth it for sure. Furthermore, Lumi needed to address this. After advancing to Sequence 5 Reaper, his top priority was finding the remaining parts of the abscessed hand's body. Without completing this, the formula, ingredients, and digestion potion and the prepared ritual wouldn't give him a shot at becoming a demigod, due to the unfulfilled promise and the oath's restriction. Regret wasn't even an option. Hey there, recent chapters have been so fucking fun, dude. Are you kidding? Oh, these chapters have been so fun. I'm genuinely I hopped on today and I was like, okay, let's do like 10 chapters. I would never do that if I was like, if we're at like chapter 200s or whatever, you guys remember, it'd be like 3 chapters. I'd be like, all right, guys, I think we're gonna have to call it. Because I'd just be falling asleep. I was like, oh my fucking god, I'm reading the most cringe, useless shit ever. This motherfucker goes from the hotel room talking about how bedbug ridden it is or whatever, and then goes, all right, I'm gonna go drink at the bar, and then comes back. And we do that for 3 chapters. I'm like, what the fuck am I even reading? What the fuck is the point of any of this? You're wasting my fucking time, bro. Lumi had no clue how to locate himself. His only plan was to mimic the incantation for the summoning of the abscessed hand and craft new series of incantations, hoping to summon the spirit world creature's legs, arms, body, and head. But this was risky. In his dream, Lumion learned from his sister that when summoning incantations lacked clarity, the entity could be unpredictable. It might be a demigod-level spirit world creature filled with malice, killing him instantly. Lumion could pinpoint the precise direction due to the unknown fragmentation of the abscessed hand's body. It could be a relatively intact body missing a hand, or it might have shattered into tiny peanut-sized fragments. Aw, man, Verstappen got 3rd. Alright, fuck it, I'll live with it. Yeah, kind of hard to go back from Klein's Angel Adventures to Lumion's bar situation. No, it wasn't even that. Like, the first volume was great. I didn't have any problems with it. It's not about, like, going to, like, low sequence fights. It was just, like, the chapters were so meaningless. It would just be, like, Lumion went to the bar and drank. And then he made some children trip on his way on the sidewalk for shits and giggles. And then he came home and slept, wondering how he would get his revenge. It's like, that's been the whole plot of every chapter for the past 14 chapters. What are we doing here? More importantly, Lumion had already combed through this comprehensive information on this common spirit world creatures provided by Madam Magician, and found nothing about the other parts of the abscessed hand's body. Lumion desired the Sequence 4 potion formula and the clues for the abscessed hand. That was the reason he couldn't make a decision. He pondered whether to teleport back to Trier and seek Frank or Jenna's help with divination. But Lumion reached a decision. The second option, because he remembered something. Mr. Hangman's reward had yet to materialize. The opportunity to explore the Blue Avenger, a ghost ship of the Tudor Empire. Considering that Elisa Tudor was once a true god of the Hunter pathway and a half-mad red priest, the inheritance of the Tudor Empire contained the Sequence 4 potion formula of the Hunter pathway alongside its ingredients and characteristics. Lumion promptly sat down and penned a reply to Madam Magician expressing his thoughts, informing her that he would head to Tizamo Town to investigate Hisoka's inheritance. At 4 p.m., Camus Castilla knocked on Louis Berry's door. They all hail from Tizamo, born and bred. They only venture to Port Pylos in search of opportunities upon reaching adulthood. Camus explained in Intesian, introducing 2 women and 1 man. Or 2 men and 1 woman. One is a supplier of guar berries, another married a local and toils at the ports. The third took a less lawful path as a thief. I'm going on lap. Nagato said Volume 1 is bad because he didn't connect to characters. If he has a low reading comprehension, he should just say that. God, am I being too much of a dick today? You guys let me know, okay? I'm making jokes. I'm in a pretty good mood today. But if I'm being too much of a dick, just let me know, okay? One is a relatively wealthy merchant and the other is a dock worker, the last a thief. They happen to be at 3 different social levels and they all and from both genders. This will allow me to understand the situation in Tizamo to a good extent. Say what you said to me earlier again and decide for yourself. Okay? Listen, bro. You said something that warranted it, no? You said something. I don't know what you said. Yeah, you said like, so about that dignity of yours. Okay, bro, talk about dignity after this. Yeah, there was no dignity in this stream. There was 0 dignity involved. True. Lumion nodded and asked the 3 subjects in fluent Dutanese. I'ma cancel your diddy ass on Twitter? What are you gonna say? That I said... that's fine. I'm a scholar of folklore en route to Tizamo, but before that, I'd like to learn about your town. My Dutanese is a bit rusty, so Mr. Camus will assist in translation. We will heed Officer Camus, they responded. Lumion turned to Lugano and said, I'll take 1 to the master bedroom for an exchange, and entertain the other 2. Okay, Lugano replied. Inside the master bedroom, Lumion courteously seated the merchant in an armchair, and asked, what is the primary produce of Tizamo? Camus translated. Is Louis truly planning a journey to Tizamo? I'm a former miner, man. I'm a former miner? That might be the dumbest thing you've ever said, Hope. You're quite a smart person. I genuinely appreciate your inputs into chat and the community. You're like a great member of chat. But that might genuinely be the dumbest thing you've ever said ever. Whenever I see Hope, I'm like, this guy's, whenever Hope comes into chat, I'm like, oh, I love this guy. But that might I feel like I lost a couple of fucking IQ points reading that. I'm quoting some gacha gamer drama. Oh, okay. Okay. Sorry, I thought you came up with that on the fly. I was like, bro, that might genuinely be the most retarded thing I've read in a while. What the fuck? Sir, we mainly cultivate guar berries, spices, and forest fruits. Numerous plantations dot their surroundings, and we often venture into the forest for hunting, selling both meat and fur. That's about it. The remaining effort goes into planting corn and potatoes. Lumion observed the information and refined his understanding of Dutanese. Engaging in casual conversation, Lumion explored the daily lives, sustenance, and leisurely activities of Tizamo residents. From the merchant's accounts, Lumion painted a mental picture of Tizamo. Its populace mainly consisted of locals, with outsiders being the proprietors of nearby plantations and some acquired slaves. Jesus Christ, what the fuck? Thanks to the hunting services provided by Port Pylos gentry, Tizamo maintained his connection with the outside world. Although the faith in death had been eradicated, traces of it lingered in daily life. The townsfolk primarily believed in EBS, yet remnants of death believers were evident. With keen interest, LEMMiNO asked, "Are you familiar with Twanaku Tupian?" "I do. He's well known in town." "Why?" Camus asked. "Sir, he should be your colleague. Tupi is the first person from Tizamo to join the patrol team. Moreover, he is rapidly advancing. He's a true source of pride for us." LEMMiNO emitted a soft chuckle. "I'm quite curious about Tupi's past. Hope. I've been streaming for over a year. This is where I'm sitting, okay? Yeah. I wish you nothing but the best, bro. This shit is genuinely not for the faint of heart. Oh my god." "Sirs, did Tupi commit a crime? Did he join an organization that believes in death?" Quite perceptive, LEMMiNO thought. While Camus grumbled, "Are we doing the questioning or are you? Just answer." The merchant trembled. "I've known for a long time that this young man, Tupi, will surely become extraordinary, but I also know he will one day tread the path of blasphemy against a deity." Seeing Camus and LEMMiNO wait for their explanation, he continued, "There was a fire in the Twanaku family. All his kin perished and only he survived. According to our customs, he is favored by a deity spared from death. Such individuals often go on to achieve great things." "The fire happened about 6 years ago?" "How did you know?" the merchant asked. "Ah, I'm such a fool. You must have investigated beforehand." From the looks of it, the fire somehow brought Tupi back to life, transforming him into Hisoka. Oh, the real Tupi died in the fire. He got transmigrated into that corpse. Ah, okay, got it, makes sense. Since then, Tupi fell silent, as if in shock. He no longer participated in Mass or entered the Cathedral of God. Later, leaving Tizamo. Was Tupi unafraid of scrutiny for acting so unusually? Did he not bother to even feign his faith? By then, Hisoka had already become a beyonder in the devil pathway, making it impossible for him to participate in the EBS church's Mass. Dude, I can only imagine. He's like, damn, I should go to Mass. And then he becomes a devil. And the next time he just looks up at the church, he's like, if I enter there, I'm gonna fucking burst into flames. I can't go in there. Where does he stay when he returns to Tizamo? LEMMiNO asked. At his own place. After joining the patrol team and getting some money, he rebuilt the burnt down home. Rebuilt the home. Are there any special folklore festivals in Tizamo? LEMMiNO asked. Sorry, give me 1 second, guys. What do you think of this chapter title? What's the chapter title? Deep Desire? Oh, that should be fine. They're of course talking about the deep desire Ludwig has to eat. Nothing else, of course. Sorry, give me, like, I'm sorry, I'm just doing something really quick. Give me 1 sec, okay? I just realized I had forgotten to do something. I'm just doing it really quick. Okay, there we go. I'm off to bed. Alright, no worries. Hope. Appreciate you popping by, buddy. Hope you didn't take offense to anything I said. I'm sure you didn't. I feel like we're pretty chill, but I hope you know I was just kidding, as always, okay? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you guys don't understand how valuable each and every one of you are. Oof. The merchant responded cautiously to Camus's translation. Sir, we don't really have any special folklore festivals. We only celebrate 2 festivals. One is the sun sacrifice in December, and the other the new sun festival in June. So they celebrate the 2 things, basically. The summer solstice and the winter solstice, basically, it seems. The sun sacrifice was a recurring festival for the EBS Church, marking the day with the longest sunlight, and in the northern continent it took place in mid to late June. The new sun festival originated from the believers of the southern continent's EBS, involved celebrating the longest night and shortest day. This celebration often coincided with New Year's in many parts of the southern continent. Nailed it. The merchant explained that the citizens of Tezamo Town solely celebrated festivals connected to EBS. It's been like this for a long time, since my grandfather was born for that matter. Matani, particularly Port Pylos and the gold mine city of Device, had been Intes's colony for nearly a century. The native populations was compelled to convert generations long ago, becoming believers in EBS. This, however, was limited to certain areas. When LEMMiNO arrived in Port Pylos, his first impression at the dock was that in the heart of the city, it resembled the port cities of Intes. Yet the workers' skin was much darker and browner. Wow! Watching the race of the people around you, Lumion. Wow! I see how it is. Lumion sought further details, indirectly confirming the merchant's words, interrogating Camus. Kami, what? Oh, we're about to lose Kami, boys. It's so over. Kami's about to become the French Spider-Man. He's about to become Spider-Man Noir. He's never going to show up in the stream because he's too busy saving people from... What do you save people from in France? Stabbed is like an English thing, so that's not the issue you have. I don't know. You guys are having something. What things have left a deep impression on you since you were young that you still remember from that time? Lumion asked. Grand funerals, newly built coffins. The primitive tribe that clashes with us every year, the occasional screams at night. Kami, could it not be bedbugs, bro? Because what you're describing doesn't... Everyone's hard work, calm, and well-educated. We get angry, but we don't argue on the spot or shout. That's indeed the case. I've been to Tezamo, and the people there are very docile, Camus said. Even if they're treated unfairly, they rarely resist violently. The manner of the surrounding plantations love to hire, reducing the cost of buying slaves. Of course, it's not that they're emotionless and won't resist, but they tend to abide by law and order. I guess they can be considered outstanding believers of EBS. The honorific name of EBS contained the description embodiment of order. As a member of the Phaenopoder royal lineage, Camus undoubtedly believed in the Earth Mother. He knew Louis was hailed from the Intas Republic, likely a believer of the EBS. Lumion stood up and said, "Praise the sun!" "Praise the sun," the merchant followed suit. "Have you experienced any strange dreams?" Lumion asked. "Many, but they slip from memory. Do you not encounter such dreams?" Indeed, dreams often elude the control of one's consciousness. They can reveal spirit insights, mirror suppressed desires, or reflect events from the day. Oh, my phone's about to die. Cringe. Either the dream was exceptionally strange and forgettable, or the merchant was abnormal. After discussing other matters, Living escorted the merchant out. The responses of the other two Tezamones was similar. Lumin found no trace of the Dream Festival. If the Dream Festival is genuinely linked to Tezamo, there's only one possibility. When the townfolk are asleep, they enter a dream world to celebrate the festival. Upon waking, they forget. Or, two factions may be involved in the Tezamo prank. First, the citizens, the second, the primitive tribe. Could the Dream Festival be a celebration for the tribe? Hisoka's pranks impacted the Dream Festival, leading the primitive tribe to attack Tezamo, resulting in significant casualties and concealing the traces of his advancement ritual. Upon returning to the master bedroom, Lumin stood before the desk and gazed at the wall in front. His decision to stay in the southern continent and pursue Hisoka's inheritance was indeed to grow amidst blood, fire, chaos, and conflict. He aimed to open the door to godhood and become a demigod as soon as possible. The reason for his impatience was the glimmer of hope in reviving his sister. The state of Nabor Disley on Hant Island provided him with that glimmer. This hope stemmed from the belief that a high-ranking figure of the Earth Mother Church may possess the ability to divide another person's soul, allowing each soul fragment to grow into a separate individual. Aurora's fragment was sealed within Lumion. I don't think that shit works, bro. I don't think that's gonna work. I think you're gonna become a god, and then a great old one. And everyone's gonna go, "Brother, she gone. Get it together. You're embarrassing yourself." This motherfucker's gonna beat Medici, and Medici's gonna laugh like, "Bro, you know she dead, right? No one's bringing her back, idiot." Lumin wasn't certain if such a plan could be realized, but it was the most plausible method he'd encountered. Of course, he couldn't experiment with Aurora's soul fragment directly. His plan was to create some soul fragments in the future cullings and seek help from the Church of the Earth Mother. Once all the details were confirmed, he could revive Aurora. Lumin didn't believe he had the qualifications to collaborate with the Church yet. Only by becoming a demigod and relying on the Tarot Club could he gain the Church's attention. For this, Lumin couldn't wait to obtain godhood. At times, Lumin wished, "I won't accept that reality. You're not that guy, pal. Okay, you're not Klein." But, although I guess... when Klein stopped George from becoming not a demigod, but an angel, he was a sequence 5, right? And then became 4? No, he was a sequence 4. No. He was a sequence 4 that became 3. He became a and then he became a scholar of yore, right? Because he became the scholar of yore and started summoning fucking angels up his ass. Yeah, he was okay, he was 3. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yes, to extract Aurora's soul fragments, I must undo Mr. Fool's seal. To undo his seal, I have to wait for Termi-Boris to become very weak. For Termi-Boris to weaken, I must extract his power at a higher level. To withstand his power, I must have godhood. Trier, Quartier de la Cathédrale Commemorative. Franca lay on a bed beneath a velvet blanket, her cheeks flushed, her eyes moist. Beside her, Jenna rested under the same cover. They had slept into a deep slumber. Franca gazed at Jenna and let out a sudden reaction. This had exceeded her expectations. It was beautiful in the moment, but what would transpire after the digestion of the potion? Could physical intimacy and emotional distance coexist? Did overwhelming pleasure pave the way for sorrow? Oh my god. Franca sighed yet again, sensing that her pleasure potion had been substantially digested. Matani, Port Pylos. Lumion, sipping a glass of water, looked up and spoke to Lugano. We're heading to Tizamo today. Will you join Ludwig and myself, or will you stay here? Let me warn you, the situation there will be very dangerous. Very dangerous. I'm with ya. If danger lurked in Tizamo, he could rely on his boss to help him, but here, by himself? Methinks not. Lumion nodded. After checking out and hitting the street, he chuckled at Lugano and Ludwig. Do we take a coffin to Tizamo or a carriage? Before Lugano and Ludwig could answer, a four-wheeled carriage rolled up. The carriage driver, a young man, kept his head low. Coming to a stop, Camus Castilla arrived. Thanks for your help. I will be escorting you. Alright, what do you guys say we end at 6:59 if that's okay? Is there a big difference between 6:59 or 6:60? Does it matter? If it's alright, we'll end. If there's no big difference, we'll end at 59. I'm not. No, you guys are gonna see. I'm just gonna skip over it. If it's that disgusting, I'm just gonna read over it. Or skip over it. I don't care. I won't do it. I'm not like Klein, okay? I won't lose much. I will not lose myself. God damn it, I'm not Klein. I don't have it in me. Chris, I can't? Motherfucker, fuck you mean? Watch me. Watch me skip it, bro. I'll skip it right now. Observing Camus's expression, Lumion didn't hold back and said, I'd like that. It was evident to him that the brass of the patrol team, or even the Admiral himself, was concerned about Louis wandering the territory. Where he was heading was near the primitive forest and had close ties to the Sequence 5 Desire Apostle. Therefore, 2 additional patrol members with a certain relationship with Louis were sent to accompany him. As for why they didn't directly stop Louis from heading there, it was partly because Lumion had hinted at the faction backing him when he submitted Tupi's head. Without a conflict of principles, the Admiral likely wouldn't make things difficult for him. Secondly, Louis's investigation and adventure seemed to bring calamity, but they had exposed hidden dangers ahead of time. If the dangers remained concealed and continue to evolve, they may not be able to handle it. Kolobo, acting as the carriage driver, gazed ahead stonily, fumbling for a pair of sunglasses. He's going to Tizamo too? Camus asked. Looking at Ludwig. He had assumed Louis would leave his servant and godson at the hotel. But the adventurer was now bringing a young child to Tizamo? If you skip over it, you'll be forever cursed to stub your toe at the edge of coffee tables for all eternity. Let's see what's stronger, Chris. Your curse or my good luck? Because I'll take that bet, motherfucker. I have crazy good luck. I am a snake of fate, okay? I got luck like you wouldn't fucking believe, bro. Let's go. Lumion said, My godson is fascinated by the jungle fruits, the unique beasts I hunt, and various spices. Earlier, the Tizamans had mentioned their hometown specialties, highlighting the excellence of roasted meats. Ludwig, already settled, swallowed, seemingly in sync with Lumion. Aren't you worried about endangering him? Or are you so confident? Camus thought. Lugano cast a glance at the carriage driver, who trembled beneath his sunglasses. Camus shut the carriage door and settled beside Colombo, and said, "You can remove your sunglasses. It's been hard on you." Maybe Anderson level luck? I'm unlucky? Kami, you're unlucky because you think yourself... Okay, listen. I'm not one of those fucking cringe-ass people who like manifesting, okay? Manifesting is shit. But there exists something that I have observed this in my life so many times. What you think about constantly will be much more likely to occur. If you go through life thinking like, damn, like I'm just unlucky, like bad shit just happens to me, you know? Like I just don't like get what I want. That's what you're gonna... Even if... Because that's what your mind will perceive. You know how, like, if I said, like, you know, yellow cars are so rare. You never see yellow cars. But then if I go outside, I'm just thinking about, like, you never see yellow cars. I'm going to see a lot of yellow cars because my mind will pick them out. Whereas, like, you could have those same number of yellow cars could have gone by normally. And if you're not thinking about yellow cars, you'll be like, I don't think I saw a single yellow car today at the end of the day. Because you just weren't, because your mind wasn't consciously perceiving them. If you go through life thinking, damn, I'm unlucky, you're going to feel like you are. Because every time something bad happens, you're going to go, fuck, man, I'm just an unlucky person. You know, of course, like this morning, I stubbed my fucking toe, my coffee's burnt, my fucking bagel came out all fucking wrong, there was a huge lineup, my fucking works, my boss is being an absolute raging bitch. But like, because that's what your mind is going to be focused on. And then if you just equally, you just like, if you walk through life with like, a certain amount of delusion, genuinely. If you walk through life going through like, I'm a genuinely lucky person. Like good shit just happens to me, you know? Like, you will feel that to be the case. Because your mind will attune itself to focus on that. Whether objectively, because the thing, listen, your mind, listen, okay. Humans are dumb as fucking rocks, okay? We are dumb as fuck. Our brains are stupid. And so easy to deceive. We know this. You can pick up like a book of like illusions or whatever. Like it'll be a 2D piece of paper and your mind will not be able to comprehend it. It's fucking lines on a piece of paper and your fucking brain is like, I don't know, it's not really deep. Your brain is fucking stupid, okay? Go through life genuinely believing good about yourself. And about like the world as a whole, and you will feel your life be so much better off for it. If you go through life thinking like, oh man, like I'm just a piece of shit, you know, like my fucking girlfriend left me and I got fired and I'm just fucking useless and nothing good's ever gonna happen. You're gonna, that's what your brain is just gonna attune itself to. It's just gonna attune itself to the negative things and focus on them. The amount of good or bad that happens in your life has zero impact on how you perceive it. Because your brain is retarded and has no concept of being like, well, today 278 things happened to me. 167 of them were good, meaning 57.7% of the day was genuinely good, and therefore today was a good day. That's not what your brain does. Because your brain is fucking not going to do that, ever. Your brain is just going to be like, oh, we woke up and we were thinking it was going to be a pretty shit day. Now, I went to work. It was a pretty good day at work. You know, I got all my stuff done and nothing bad happened. I got home. I got to watch a video I wanted to watch. I got to, you know, clean up the house, whatever. You could be like, but instead, if you're going to go through, you're going to be like, you know, like, fucking, there was such a fucking long traffic in the morning. And then, like, on the way back, I fucking run into this asshole who fucking accosts me. And then I have to fucking run into this asshole who's, like, just blocking my... Dude, the day is the exact same. But if you attune yourself to the good things, that's what you'll remember. And if you attune yourself to the bad, that's what you'll remember. Just genuinely go through... Like, you wake up in the morning and you go, man, today's gonna be a pretty fucking good day. I'm like such a lucky person, you know, like I genuinely enjoy my day. And you will just have a better day. I promise. You know how fucking based something I have to say has to be for a bug to agree with me? This piece of shit. I could say the fucking sky is blue and bug would be like, actually it's cyan, you dumb bitch. The fuck? So yeah, I'm saying something pretty peak, okay? I'm sorry, bug. Okay, you know I love you. But I have to prove a point. Shh, shh, shh. Don't argue with me here, okay? Shh, shh, shh. Just let me have this. Kolobo seemed to shiver as if struck by an icy wind, his teeth chattering. Camus turned to him. Didn't you strike a deal to face to face with Louis? Why are you still so afraid? Alright. Kolobo removed his glasses, taking more than 10 seconds to compose himself. I feel like my fingers, my arms, even my head are all eaten. That what? Camus seemed to struggle to comprehend why the monster's demeanor had shifted so much. That child, he is so dangerous. Even though I haven't laid eyes on him, I sense his looming threat, like a lion, a tiger, a python ready to eat me. Camus was stunned. Until now, Kolobo had never exhibited such fear except in the presence of 3 individuals. Tupi and Louis Berry. Could this boy possibly match them? No, it's not a mere sequence. Also, is he a Beyonder of sequence 5? Perhaps. No, maybe it's not merely a sequence 5. Our patrol team captain's a sequence 5, yet Kolobo never feels such a foreboding in his presence. Maybe there's something unique about these 3. Regardless, the boy seems extraordinary. No wonder Louis is bringing him without a worry. Perhaps the child poses an even greater threat. In the confines of the carriage, even with the barrier between them, Louis caught wind of their exchange. Considering the intel gleaned from the fog sea, Camus harbored suspicions Louis was a sequence 5 Beyonder. Those of this pathway were renowned of their sharp senses. A Beyonder of the monster pathways is also quite intriguing. Even without laying eyes on Ludwig or hearing his voice, Louis can sense his ominous aura, a being who devours all. Could it be this little child has truly taken a liking to Kolobo and Camus? Indeed, these are 2 Beyonders who have not succumbed to corruption. Ludwig likely had a lapse in control. Camus may not have noticed, but Kolobo certainly did. Well done. Your restraint is admirable, he said, nodding at Ludwig. Praise was due when a child behaved correctly. Ludwig remained silent, his expression conveying that he was not to be treated as a child. A faint smile graced his lips as he retrieved a box of biscuits, nibbling. What restraint? What does he mean by well done, Lugano thought. Tizamo stood as the most remote town in Port Pylos, nestled against the edge of the forest. Of course, for those in a hurry, an alternative route existed, boarding a steam train from the port to Cahirt, the southernmost town. From there, a carriage or coffin could be hired, shaving the time to just about an hour. Just as they departed, the road gradually narrowed and deteriorated, yet the carriage pressed on steadily. An hour slipped by and the carriage wound its way through the forest. Abruptly, Lumion, pretending to be asleep, snapped his eyes open. His body, turned dark and spectral. Shadow transformation. In an instant, gunshots pierced the forest. Bullets whizzed from afar, some thudding into the ground, kicking up this cloud of soil, while others took aim at Camus, the carriage, and the horse. Amidst the chaos, the horse crumbled, bleeding profusely. Kolobo had already abandoned his perch as a driver, escaping unscathed. Camus leapt clear of the carriage in advance, crouching low, revolver in hand. With each movement, he unleashed shots, seeking to suppress the assailants. A handful of fiery crimson orbs, nearly blinding white, streaked past Camus. Amidst the explosions, the gunfire ceased. Soon, curses and dudenies rang out. "Go to hell, you continental bastards! Rot with your sons of bitches! Come after us if you have the guts!" Kami, what the fuck do you mean you've never seen a single Star Wars or Harry Potter movie? What the fuck are you talking about? You're lying. What? What are you talking about? Gradually, the curses faded from the forest. LEMMiNO emerged from the shadows. It's the resistance. What are they doing in Mittani? Camus frowned. In the southern continent, numerous resistance factions abounded. He couldn't ascertain which factions belonged to or their motives. Typically, Mittani ostensibly depended from the Intas Republic and governed from the Admiral. A southern continent native saw little resistance. Could it be a faction of resistance dedicated to death, aiming to revive his influence? Please, not the Rose School of Thought, Camus thought. LEMMiNO mulled over another matter. Despite it being a Sequence 5, life still felt fragile, vulnerable to being shot. If a resistance member possessed sharp shooting skills and remained beyond his observational range, he could have ended his life. Reapers lacked the resilience of devils. While maintaining meticulous perception, devils might only sustain minor wounds from rifle shots. Their absence of long-range danger premonition characteristics of seer pathways rendered them invulnerable to preemptive strikes. Granted, LEMMiNO's ascetic trait bolstered his spiritual perception. Anticipating danger, he had foreseen the attack. Yet if the adversary could nullify his perception or manipulate it, rifles could indeed imperil LEMMiNO. Shadow transformation could serve as a shield. Bullets lacked special effects, posed no genuine threat to shadow beings. LEMMiNO redirected his thoughts, instructing Lugano, check on the horse. If it survived, attend to its injuries. If not, Ludwig could command the equine corpse to pull the carriage. After all, Ludwig had gained the ability to command a handful of low-level undead from the concoction brewed from Hisoka's eyeballs. There's no fucking way, bro. Are you telling me they're gonna have Ludwig command a fucking undead corpse like he's the fucking old Ghost Rider? There's no fucking way. Haven't watched a single movie since I was Aaron, you're fucking, what are you you're never like, damn, I got like 3 or 4 hours to kill, let's just go watch a movie? What are you guys talking about? This can't, you're fucking lying, right? Alright boys, that's it, we'll call it there. Y'all have a good rest of your day or nights. I will catch y'all tomorrow. That's 3 hours. That's 3 hours of sleep. That's a crazy thought process, Kami. What the fuck? How much do you sleep, Kami? What the fuck? Alright, that's it, boys. I'll catch y'all tomorrow.